Good morning. Good morning, Sofia. Buenos días, Sofia. All right. Um, there's one of us. Well, there's two of us here right now. Hi, Ophelia. How are you? This is. I'm not sure if I've ever seen you here before, Ophelia. This is a place where we venerate God in Santa Muerte. This is my devotional page where I do come and I celebrate spirituality. This is a safe haven for anybody that is on a spiritual journey. You don't gotta be, to me, you don't gotta be devoted to Santa Muerte to be here. We're all children of God, and we all will encounter death. Good afternoon, Kimedia Arts. How are you? So, all right, Miss Stormy, I'll call you in a little bit. All right. Yesterday I texted you, and then it took you a while to respond, and then I was doing other stuff. I know it seems like a dick move, but I get in other calls and other things, and I can't just cut it out when you know what I mean. So I'll text you right now and call you when I'm driving because today I go pick up my kids. Hi, Maida, how are you? Um, Again, so if it's your first time here, this is a place where we do venerate God in Santa Muerte today. This is not a spot where there's going to be exclusion. If you are a Christian, Catholic, Muslim, if you're Jewish, if you're Buddhist, if you're Hindu, if you're Wiccan, if you're anything, this is a safe spot for anybody. We try to go and search spiritual meaning. There are lessons here in Santa Muerte, obviously. Hey there, Thick Witch. But, we don't just explore through the eyes of Santa Muerte. We try to keep it very spiritual here. So, whatever it is you're into, this is a spot where you can just, sort of pick up some pieces. Any advice for new devotees is be authentically you. Don't perpetrate when you speak to Santa Muerte. Be authentic. Speak from the heart. Speak from your soul. Don't pretend to be something you're not. They can see right through you. When you speak to her like she's your grandmother, your mother, your favorite aunt, a maternal figure. Um, don't worry so much about repetitive prayer. Pray from the heart. Speak to her. If you have an altar, make sure you keep water on it. Make sure that you, I guess, show attention to it once in a while. There's a big, let's say, misconception that you have to be all about it at all times. She understands you do have a life. You may work. You may have children. So as long as you give it the proper amount of time. No, Jenna. No caldo. Maybe I'll get caldo soon now, all right? So it doesn't matter again. Like as long as you keep, her, keep her in mind. If you're new devoted, and again, are you newly devoted or new to her? Because once you're devoted, it's like you've already given yourself to this sort of practice. If you're in the infancy state of your devotion, where you're really starting to get to know her, or just came into the knowing of her, it takes a while. I want to say to you, so you get that label of devoted person. How long have you been with her, Nena? Anyways, today we're gonna go over a few things, and every day I try to give a spiritual lesson of some sort at this point, and here's here's where we're at today. So in the last few days, I've opened up the live chats And prior to, I had it only like on subscriber only because we get a lot of negative energy that come through here. People come here and they attack what we do. They're offensive. They demonize this, whatever it is. People that don't understand are very close-minded, or people that are Christian or Catholic sometimes are very close-minded because there's many roads to perdition. There's lots of roads to salvation. There's not just one direct road to God. There's several roads, but as long as they all lead to the Savior, then you're good. Since HS, I don't know how old you are, so that could be a few months since last summer. That could be 3 years. That could be 10 years. I'm not sure since HS. But again, give me like a time frame. That's very cryptic. I can't call it. So a lot of people come here and are disrespectful. All right, cool. I didn't know when you last went to high school. Shit, 3 years. All right, you could be devoted now. I don't want to generalize it because we all have different speeds of growth. But again, be authentic, be you. Be very certain that this is a step you want to take. Unlike here, there's a big misconception about Santa Muerte, that if you join her or become devoted, you can never leave, or it's punishable under certain circumstances. As long as you respectfully decline and leave her and in a graceful manner, you'll be fine if there's a true reason. Sometimes parents, sometimes spouses, sometimes certain other life changes can happen to where we have to give up the mantle, which I will never do that. But there's understandable moments where you can give up the mantle of being devoted. But as long as you do it in a respectful way, and any paraphernalia you get rid of respectfully, either by burying, gifting to another devotee, or in some instances burning. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on that. Anyways, let's go back to today's lesson. And it's a very simple lesson. Who knows what the golden rule is? Can anyone answer me what the golden rule is? Okay, cool. Does anyone know what the golden rule is? Can anyone tell me what the golden rule? The golden rule is in almost spirituality, every religion, and a lot of us have strayed from it. Can anyone tell me what the golden rule is? No takers, no one wants to participate. Can anyone tell me what the golden rule is? If you guys don't know, say I don't know. If you guys could type, say I don't know what the golden rule is. No Sabo. All right, no. The golden rule. Any other guesses? Hi, karate gamer. All right, no other guesses? The golden rule. Exactly, Mayra. Treat others as you would like to be treated. Do unto others as they do unto you. Practice sympathy, empathy, respect. Recognize their differences and acceptance. The golden rule is pretty much treat everyone kindly, with respect and dignity. That is the golden rule. And it is within every spiritual lesson, every religion practices supposedly. But it seems that our fellow Christians sometimes do not practice the golden rule because they're not respectful of other people's beliefs or life choices. So the golden rule simply is you would like to treat others the way you would like to be treated. Or treat others the way you like to be treated, with respect, dignity, with, it's just, we've strayed so far from the golden rule. as yes, approach her with dignity and sincerity and respect. All right, that's where the golden rule comes in. Treat others, do to others as they do unto you. I'm not a fool. And we talked about this yesterday actually, because someone came through here and I got upset. I show respect. There's a saying, respect must be earned. No, respect should be automatically given until someone has, let's say, done something to lose your respect. So I'm not one to say turn the other cheek, like, because I'm gonna say this: people that often turn the other cheek just line themselves up to get smacked again. And again, there's some differences that I do believe biblically, and there's some other differences that or some other things I'm gonna agree with. Do it once, shame on you. Do it twice, shame on me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys ever heard that saying. Fool me once, shame on you, because you were pretty much an asshole in the situation. You try to get over on me. You hustled me. You disrespected me. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Thank you, Morning Apocalypse. So, I'm not a fool. The golden rule is quite simple. Treat others as you would like to be treated, but also do to others as they do unto you. So if someone is disrespectful towards you, that golden rule no longer applies, at least in my eyes. There'll be some other spiritual people or religious people that say, oh, you always gotta fucking, da, 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 da. I don't, I don't, I'm not from that team. I am a person that believes wholly that if somebody is good to you, you should be good to them and respect them and treat them with dignity. That if someone does not treat you with the same dignity and respect, the golden rule does no longer apply. It's common sense. So how does what work? But again, we must always show love and respect, or at least respect and, to people from all cultures, all ethnicities, all sexual orientations. Santa Muerte, how does it work? That's a very deep question. Is this new to you? Are you curious, or are you trying to start your journey, or is it just curiosity? Yes, Jonathan MF, put out what you want to receive, but sometimes I'm gonna say this. Sometimes we put out energy and it's not reciprocated. You know what I'm saying? And that happens often. So I tell all my followers, all the people that consult me, you can't be a fool. You can't be nice all the time. And I always try to spread kindness and all this stuff. But if someone doesn't show you the respect that you deserve, you must walk away from that friendship. You must walk away from that relationship. You must walk away from those people you just met, because there's no need for them to violate your dignity or self-respect. Curious. All right. Oh, no, you can't be nice all the time. I've said it. Sometimes you can't be nice. This world, I do got tips. But let me answer Ricky real quick. How does this work? In the beginning of time, God created life, and He knew that without a finality, there will be chaos. So, death is the great equalizer. She is what keeps things in balance. Without finality, there would be it would just run. It would run amok. So in God's wisdom, He created death, the death energy. Death comes to us for the final transition. It's not a finality, it's a transition towards the next step of our spiritual evolution. She has been with us since our initiation of time. Since humanity started, and probably way before, she's been a part of the, let's say, the spiritual ecosystem. She reclaims, she strengthens, and she fixes. We have a covenant with her. Yes, I do. I do candle work. So she is a motherly energy, a figure of faith. She helps us get through the rough patches. She is almost a patron saint of people that have had hard lives or have, are in danger. A lot of people in the thug life do venerate her. People in law enforcement venerate her. People that have been downtrodden venerate her because she uplifts you and brings you out of that struggle or protects you. Again, there's a big misconception about that as well. She's not, look, any god or deity, if you go out and you purchase a car, and she's a vengeful mother if you don't give her what she wants or what you promised. I'm gonna clarify that. If you go buy a car right now and you get financed and you promise to make this payment every month, what will happen is they will start to mess up your credit, and eventually they're going to take back that car. So if you make a pact with any deity, any god, any spiritual force, and you falter on your promise, it's no different than a car note. It's no different than a house note. It's no different than your water bill. It's no different than electricity. They will cut you off. So people demonize her because she's going to take back the blessing. It's just part of the way it goes. Hi, Diana. How are you? So people have a big misconception about her. Oh, she's vengeful, blah. No. If you make a pact with any deity, God, Saint Michael, Saint Benedict, any spiritual force, and you negate on your promise, that blessing can be stripped away from you. And you could be then, let's say, downgraded for your failure to keep a promise because they're going to teach you a lesson. So this is not a Santa Muerte thing. People pick and choose to demonize her because of the way she looks and the misunderstanding. But if you go get a car and you don't make the payment, they're going to start to fuck up your credit. They're going to start to fucking harass you like, hey, what's up? When are you going to make that payment? And the finality is going to take back that blessing. They're going to take back that car because you failed to keep up your end of the bargain. Oh no, I'm saying some people do demonize her. Because they do. Because if you made a pact with San Judas, with Saint Michael, and you negate on your promise to venerate, to give, to help, to pray, they can negate or retract their blessing. So it's not that I'm saying you demonized her. I'm just saying in general. Let me clarify. I'm not saying you did. I know it's more like a question that you said. So I'm not saying, that you did or didn't. But again, God bless you. So like, that's a big misconception. How has she helped me in my life? She saved my life, and I mean literally. She saved me from let's say being locked up, from being in the grave, from bad circumstances, and they're not just, they're real stories. And again, my faith does not come from blind faith. My faith comes from real life events, from things I've experienced and seen, actual miracles that I have myself experienced. It's not that I go off of blind faith or I hear other stories. I have firsthand accounts of why, I believe in her so strongly, so voraciously. I believe in her so much because I have firsthand accounts of health reasons, danger reasons, helping loved one reasons. Yes, she has. Yeah, don't promise anything you can't keep. When we're at our lowest, hi Carmen, when we are at our lowest, we make pacts with things. And when we get out of that danger or out of that low point, we soon forget. We soon forget where we got the blessing from. And we show no appreciation. And that's when things can go bad. When you are at your lowest point, you become a scoundrel. You pray, you plead, you petition like, God, Santa Muerte, please, like, let me get out of this, blah, blah. And then when you're out and you're on easy street, you forget the pact you made. And that's where the thing goes sideways. That's where the blessing can be retracted. That's where they can worsen it to teach you a lesson. Because let's not forget, God is all love, but God will punish you as well. God will put a fucking shellacking on you if you also cross him. Let's not forget about Noah building the ark. Let's not forget about those people that were turned into sand. Let's not forget about Job. Let's not forget about all these instances that are biblically shown. Tough love. So if we make a promise to God, to Santa Muerte, to any spiritual deity, they will take back the blessing and downgrade you more, so you learn your lesson. So next time, if they bless you, you won't make the same mistake. Here's the thing is, when you pray for evil on someone, it comes with a cost. It comes with a cost. Like, promise what? Look, like 2 years ago, my dad had cancer. And I prayed to Santa Muerte, and my dad is an older gentleman, and they didn't give him much of a chance. And I prayed and I prayed and I prayed, and she came through. My dad is cancer free now, and I promised a tattoo to honor that sort of that blessing. And again, I'm already devoted, and I just double down. And here's the thing is, 2 years ago, on August 15th, 2024, is her feast day. It's the day of Santa Muerte, her veneration day. On August 15th, my mother called me and told me my dad was cancer free. On August 15th, the day of her veneration, her feast day, I get that call. Now, I could say it's coincidence that I got that call. I could say that, oh, it's just, no. My mother called me on August 15th because that's the day that she found out my dad was cancer free, and that's the day of her veneration. To me, that's a sign, a signal. She said, look, mijo, here you go. Your father has a clean bill of health. She did that. God did that. And I appreciate it. So on that day, I was already devoted. My faith was like the Grinch. It grew 10 times. Well, I finished this tat, my back tat. I need to get more tattoos. I owe more stuff. So, I'm a broke fool. So if anyone knows a good tattoo artist that'll hook motherfucker up, let me know. It continues to grow. And again, so all my faith comes from actual experiences. It's not that I heard. It's not that someone told me this. It's not that I saw a fucking documentary about Santa Muerte. Oh, that seems interesting. No, it's none of that. It's firsthand experiences on what I've lived and what I've experienced, and I think I have witnessed miracles. I've told my story about my heart condition many times. It could mean that abundance is on its way. Has she given me bread? She gives me bread all the time. Food to eat, nourishment. Look, like I told you guys, I was in foreclosure on this house. And every time I'm in foreclosure, somehow a miracle happens and it gets saved. What led you to God first? Drugs? What do you mean? I don't understand that statement. I witnessed them firsthand. So I know the strength of death, the strength of light, the strength of darkness. And again, here's the kicker, everybody. Everyone might condemn Santa Muerte for being this, you know, but I'm gonna be honest with you. God encompasses both the negative and positive energy. People forget that everything comes from God. The light comes from the dark. Good and evil exist to complement each other. We would not know what good is without evil being present, or vice versa. It's a cosmic dance, a cosmic balance. And here's the kicker: we have free will. Nah, I was never a druggie. I was a gang member, and I was so I was on the wrong streets and doing stuff, and I was pending certain things, and I was facing a long-term commitment to the state. A lot of the times, David, we bring on those ups and downs. We make choices. Again, free will. A lot of you have discernment. You guys have your intuition. But every time you fail your intuition, you face, let's say, challenges. I know a lot of you I've spoken to, and you guys put yourselves sometimes in the position you're in. When you go against your better judgment, your intuition, and the intuition you carry within you is a safety feature that God placed within you. It's a safety feature. It's a direct link to the divine. And a lot of you that know right from wrong through that intuition, you guys fail to listen to it. So when you go against your better judgment, your intuition, that divine voice that says to you, be careful, don't do it, chill, that's not for you. You guys still decline to listen. You negate the energy that's being transmitted to you. And then when you're in a fucked up situation, you blame everyone but yourself for ignoring the signs, ignoring the feeling, ignoring the messages, ignoring everything that was yelling at you to not move forward. I've spoken to you guys one-on-one for many, many, many times. Oh, awesome, Pink. Thank you, Ricky. So again, like, we go through challenges because we sometimes make decisions that puts us in challenging situations. Because we do. I always say, I didn't choose a thug life. The thug life chose me. I had an option. Yes, people can use it for witchcraft. I had an option. And I've said it before. I didn't choose a thug life. Thug life chose me. No, I had an option. I could have went the other way. It's lovey. You have to start to listen to that voice that tries to protect you from yourself. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of the people I talk to, the situations they're in, it's because they didn't follow their intuition. What kind of church you go to, David Uribe, if you don't mind me asking? This is, again, I respect all spirituality and religion. I just want to know what your base is. Yeah, we make these choices. I chose a tougher road, but I'm thankful because it made me stronger. Without conflict, I wouldn't be able to understand most of you. So some of us, we are meant to travel a tough road in order to be more sympathetic and empathetic to other people. You can talk to me and I will understand because I've been there. I've struggled. I've lost. I've won. I've faltered. I've succeeded. I've made mistakes. I've made the right choice. I've been up and down. Life, to me, has been a roller coaster, and it's been fun. Lots of highs, lots of lows. But we learn. All right, so you're looking. Look, David, this is my advice to you. Stop looking for divinity and God within people and start searching within yourself. You have all the answers. You are divinely lit up from the inside. You have a divine light within you. Silence everyone else and listen to your heart and feelings. You will find the road that you're meant to travel when you find yourself, because religion, true spirituality, is not a mandate. It's an experience and it's a blessing that we must find for ourselves. Not everyone is meant to travel the same road. Going to church, they tell you how to pray, how to feel. They give you everything in a handbook and you can't deviate from it. True following, true growth comes from spiritual acknowledgments within you. So I'm not trying to convert you to the way I think or what I do, but I'm telling you, when you go to a church that is a big money maker, they're going to tell you how to feel, how to think, how to pray. Get up, sit down, get on your knees, get up, sit down on your knees. They're conditioning you. True faith and true spirituality comes from within, and it's an exploration. It's an exploration. And when you go to church, they don't want you to grow spiritually. They want you to stay in their box so they can manipulate you, so that you can put money in their collection plate, so you can help them get that new car, so you can help them get more gold for the church. So you can still worship at a house of God, but follow your own journey. Listen to your soul. Listen to your heart. Listen to your intuition. There's lots of hate sometimes that goes on in those churches. I get attacked more here by Christians and Catholics. And they're supposed to be accepting, because if they follow the lessons of their Savior, Jesus Christ did not condemn. It was up to his Father to condemn. Jesus Christ did not judge. It was up to the Father to judge. Jesus Christ walked with the poor, the downgraded. He walked with the people that were downtrodden by society. What does this mean? What do you mean, La Diosa de AZ? What does what mean? I'm sorry. Did I miss a message? So, if those people were righteous, they would be more humble. They would be more humble and practice how Jesus practices. When he was crucified, he said, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they do. He didn't ask his Father to strike him down. And at that moment, where Jesus Christ was crucified, heaven was waiting to come down and put a smack down. And when God ordered them not to do shit because his son said, give them a break, they're stupid, he called off the fucking army. Again, Jesus Christ practiced love, understanding. So again, let's go back to the golden rule, because that was today's message. Today's lesson was the golden rule. And again, I'm gonna be honest. Today I go pick up my kids. When I go pick up my kids, on the way to pick up my kids, I'll make a few phone calls and get some appointments going. I'll do some lives later when I get back from picking them up. I'm gonna do my videos right now as well. I'm gonna say this. Lately, I've been feeling an energy, a shift that makes me want to do this more. And I think these daily sort of lessons that I started doing are hey Chaos King, are meant to help people in a daily sense. Now, again, I am a believer of God and Santa Muerte. Your beliefs does not have to align with mine in order for you to come here and experience a spiritual conversation or listen to what I feel is spiritual knowledge or spiritual teachings. To me, this should be a safe space. This should be a safe space where it doesn't matter what color you are, what God you pray to, what gender you think you are. It doesn't matter. This is a place where you come and you can listen and you can, chime in without negativity. I've spoken to saints and sinners. I've spoken to people of wealth and people of poverty. I've spoken to people that are squares and straight up thugs. Hi, Pasica. Speaking of thugs, here comes Pasica. Thug life, right there, boom. So, I believe in both, Lady J. Now, here's the thing. I believe in God and Santa Muerte. That's but I don't believe in the typical Catholic or Christian God. My God is, I feel, more elevated than the God that they put in the Bible sometimes. God is God. I think there's a misinterpretation of the biblical God with the true God. Because the Bible, although I do reference a lot, that book was created to hoard the masses. To sort of guide los güeyes y los burros. So my God will not be mad at you for knowledge. My God will not be mad at you for wisdom. My God will not punish you if you want to explore your spirituality. Yes, you can, David Uribe, you can. My God does not lend himself to such, let's say, Napoleon complexes. You know what I'm saying? My God is not going to punish you for enlightenment. A good parent. Yes, it's lovely. She can help addicts. A good parent, when their child elevates themselves in divinity, in school, in life, a good parent will be proud and encourage their child to keep on learning and growing. No matter how much we learn and grow in this lifetime, we can never, in 1,000,000 years, in 100 billion years, attain the knowledge and gifts that God has. So why would he be afraid of knowledge? Why would he be afraid of your growth? We are but a mere fucking ant. God is not even a human to an ant. He is, the biggest thing in the universe. When we are a mere speck in time, a speck in existence compared to him. So he wouldn't be upset if you attain knowledge, if you try to grow. But the book that they put together to keep you dumb and numb and to hoard you and lie to you about certain things so they can keep people in check. Again, we're talking about this book was before social media, before television, before newspapers. The way they controlled the masses back then was through that book. So of course they wanted to keep you dumb. So if you bite the apple for wisdom, you're going to hell. If you try to learn to better yourself, you're going to hell. You must do as your preacher says, as your pastor says, as your father says. And I mean the spiritual father, not your father that birthed you or gave life through, you know what I mean. Anyways, it's it's stupid to think that God would ever fear us and whatever knowledge we could attain. A good father will want their kids to grow. Where's your people at? Are they right here, Lady J? Here's the thing: is I'm a fool, all right. So I mean, I do look. This is not going to be a typical place where you're going to come and hear some boring shit, and I'm not going to crack jokes once in a while. If you have sensitive or thin skin, I will challenge that fucking skin. I'll make it fucking thick for sure. Again, I say some way off shit. I'm inappropriate at times. I'm a sinner. I'm not perfect. I never claimed to be perfect. I am what I am, and I can't, I can't knock it. They know my heart, and I struggle with shit all day, every day to be like, to be a decent person. So when I say shit like that or my little gestures, if you're sensitive, I apologize, but I don't apologize because this is just the way I am. You know what I mean? Like I apologize for offending, but I don't apologize for who I am. There's a difference. I can be big enough to say, my bad. You're a biatch. Like you're sensitive. But my bad. But for me, I don't apologize for the way I am because this is the way I am, and I'm not for everybody. I get that, but again, the message will be clear. Thank you. I'm a lot of things, Gio, too. Like, I try to look. I'm gonna say this, and I said this a million times. It's so much easier to fall on the wrong path. It's harder to try to be a good person. I think naturally I'm a dick. Naturally I'm an asshole. Naturally, we all can be sort of conniving and certain ways. Like I said, I don't wake up like this because this is the way I work towards it. I work to be better for my children, for my parents, for my brothers and sisters, my nephews and nieces. I try to be a shining example of what change can be, and for you guys and whoever follows, likes, and all that shit. This is a place where you can come and look at some fucking knucklehead and be like, man, like, all right, maybe, but again. Thank you, Ariel. I like when I get galaxies. I don't get them that often. Thank you, Ariel. May be blessed now forever. May Santa Muerte protect you and God always guide you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. And again, thank you for my deck. My tarot card deck got fucked up somehow, and I'm gonna burn them because I think that's it. The energy's done with those decks. And I got a bunch of tarot card decks, but my favorite tarot card deck is the Santa Muerte tarot card deck. And it's the one that got messed up. I won't go into it. But I was like, man, I need a tarot card deck. Who's got me? And Ariel, she's bought me a set of those Santa Muerte decks, and they'll be delivered. And I thank you. Thank you very much. Gracias. And she volunteered to help me fix one of these statues. Anyways, thank you, Ariel. I appreciate it. Thank you, Wes Lovey. I appreciate it. Again, I like to give shout outs to people that that help a motherfucker out. And thank you. I love Santa Muerte too. 714 Queen Blue 949. I love Santa Muerte too. Look, I'm gonna keep today's lesson short and sweet because I gotta go shower and get ready and go get my kids, and then I'm gonna do my videos for later on for tomorrow, so I can post them. So I'm not struggling to come back. So look, the message today, and I went off the subject a lot, is the golden rule. Treat others as you would like to be treated. Do unto others as they do unto you. Good morning, Cynthia. Thank you so much, Gio. May you be blessed as well. So the simple rule is this: treat others as you would like to be treated. I look like I'm scared. Oh, me? I look like I'm scared? Thank you, Ariel. David, honestly, if you need a conversation, we'll have it. Do unto others, do unto you, treat people like you would like to be treated, but don't be a fool. The moment someone loses your respect, you don't have to be nice. You don't gotta be nice when people show you who they are. You don't gotta be nice when people hurt you. You don't gotta be nice. I know in the Bible it says to turn the other cheek, but I think that's their conditioning. They want you to take a beating from them. When you turn your other cheek, you line up to get slapped again. You lined up for another stab in the back. Chances are not meant to be perpetual. I'm a very thank you, Jazz Aguilar. I'm a hypocrite because I be saying you guys should forgive others, but it's once people cross me, it's very hard for me to ever trust again. Yeah, you turn your cheek and they kick you in the ass or they stab you in the back again. A snake will always be a snake. Human garbage will always be human garbage. I can't say that people never change because I've changed, but you know when that change happens. So treat others with kindness, respect who they are. If they are not from your faith, it's okay. If they are not from your tribe, it's okay. If they're not the same color as you, it's okay. If they think they're a fucking cat or a dog, that's on them. If they think there's something they're not, let them live their life. Respect their wishes. Treat others kindly. Don't pass judgment. Don't be mean-spirited. Don't practice hate or envy. Be genuine. Be honest. Be respectful. When people negate any of that towards you, then you no longer have to offer them those good fucking emotions, that dignity that they ruined for themselves. It is much better to not step into shit than to step into shit. For those people, hi baby, how are you? For those people that have wasted their chance at being in your circle, let them walk away. If they betrayed you, let them walk away. If they hurt you, let them walk away. If they have fucking made you feel like a fool, let them walk away. And if they don't walk away, push them out of your life. Exactly, David. Thank you. We give chances sometimes because we're used to things. We don't want to be alone. We're complacent. We have been broken down to think that we're not worthy of good love, of good treatment, of good things. We are worthy. We are capable. And we can live a good life surrounded by people that love us and respect us. But we choose the latter because we're afraid. We're afraid to be alone, afraid to start over, afraid of our own worth. We don't think we don't value ourselves the way we should. So I'm gonna say this, and I gotta go shower and get ready to go get my kids, and I apologize. You need to talk to me, Islavy. Yes, complacency is a motherfucker. There's a song in Spanish by Banda Recodo that when I first heard it, I'm like, damn, facts. La costumbre es más grande que el amor. La costumbre es más grande que el amor. Being used to somebody is stronger than love. Let that sink in. You're so used to something. It could be negative treatment. It could be abuse. It could be a cheater. It could be all these bad things, but you're used to it, so you accept it. La costumbre es más fuerte que el amor. If you know Spanish, look that song up. Banda Recodo. It's love. If you need help, I'll talk to you. Lady J. Again, I'm open to conversations. One-on-one. David. You know that. And again, Mr. Uribe. You know that now. Well, I'll translate it for you if you need it. Again, sometimes we're so used to things because they're familiar to us. We may be getting neglected, beat down, physically, emotionally. We go through the ringer, but it's a use. We're used to it. It's no longer love, it's complacency. Oh, really? I heard about Banda Recodo. I'm about to check her out. She's badass. Amor Eterno. But that's Juan Gabi. I heard it with Banda Recodo first. My bad. I guess I'm not big on like ballads. I'm a banda norteña type of guy. Cosas de hombre. You know what I'm saying? But I like Rocío Dulca. I know about her. Juan Gabi. El divo de México. Oh my God. I gotta blow my nose. Hold on. You know what? I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna start that tonight. All right. So look, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna go shower. I'll be back like in 30 minutes to do my videos before I leave. All right. I'll be back. Thank you so much for the love. And do I leave this on or turn it off? You know what? I'll leave it on for a little bit.